Hey everybody, it's Troy, Fish Slimbecker. Just wanted to do a quick report. Some guys have been asking me about how I've been catching the saw guys in the last couple days. Not just me. A lot of people have been in on the action and having a great time in our shallow lakes that are in the low to middle 50s already. This is like November weather in October. And just love getting this action when we got it. But some ones have been wanting to know what some of the different things, why they're working so good right now. Well, probably the first thing you've heard and seen a lot of reports talking about is blade baits. This is a vibey. This is a 1/4 ounce vibey. A lot of guys also like to use 3/16 and sometimes even 1/8. But these fish seem to be liking the bigger 1/4 ounce to 3/8 ounce at times in current better than anything right now. They're working anyway from casting and dropping to the bottom and hopping this bait off the bottom, usually getting hit right on the fall. Others are just sinking this down about halfway through the channel depth, rolling their wrist and pumping this as they reel it along and getting cracked at a faster speed. So there's different techniques that you can use this bait, and right now it is a super hot bait. This lemon shad colored one has also been one of the great ones that's been catching a lot of saw guys right now. Along with that also is Swimbait. Everybody knows I'm a big Joshy Swimbait fan, and they've been catching a lot of fish as well. Crazy part is we've had winds like tonight up to 40 miles an hour in gusts. So been using a heavier jig head in a lot of these current channels where there's a lot of current going through. I want to be able to keep this down within a foot or so of the bottom in that strong current where these girls are laying around. That can be very key. A lot of times we go too light. I've been using anything from a 1/4 ounce, as I've showed you right here, on a standard ball head, to I'm loving using some of the underspins. This willow leaf has been working really well. You might want to keep that in mind. Try that in your current areas where you've got some push that you can literally cast up against the current and work it back in that current and really get a strong flash off that blade. So that's another idea of how you can use that. Another is going to a heavier jig. I've been using some that I actually even had some almost a 1/2 ounce tonight. The current was that strong, where I want this to literally get to the bottom and I want it to hit and I want to be able to hold it there. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can get that tail to just waggle. And then all you do is scoot it along the bottom a little more and stop. And let the current do that same thing. Just make that action. Believe it or not, guys, you do this and try it. Some of your better fish will come. My 19 1/4 was caught this way. They just suck it right in off the bottom. And if they're not right in the current, do this right along the seam and bring it back to you. Another color that's been really great is the Dirty Money. The whites have been working, Dirty Money, the orange Solar Flare, different ones like that have been working well. The other crazy part about this is a lot of people are asking me, the night bite and the jerkbait bite just doesn't seem like it's supposed to be. Well, guys, and what I've been trying to explain to ones and tell them is that when you get that first initial cold water drop, a lot of times what these saw guys love to do is to eat during the day, daylight hours. A lot of times we're not using jerk baits and different things like that in the daylight hours, which you can, but the better bites have been coming off the blade baits and the swim baits during the day. The reason that is these fish have been triggered. Their body and that moon that we just had in October has told them it's time for us to start eating. And they love to eat during the day. Come towards dark, a lot of times you notice we might only catch a few saw guys right now on our jerk baits, but you can take a swim bait at night and steady reel this in the same areas you tried that jerk bait and they plow it. Again, it's there after that thumping, rolling action, something that's moving more. They're very active. Jerk baits, many times we don't move them fast enough for them, or they just aren't wanting that sitting still action yet. That will change quickly though. They will go to this jerkbait bite really hard soon. So those are just some quick things that some of the ones have asked me about. If you're having issues not catching some of these fish at night like you usually do on jerkbaits, pull out some of your swim baits and give it a try. If you're there during the day, do a rotation like I do. I have 3 poles. I have one with a blade bait or a trap bait on it, like a rattle trap or a ribbon wrap. I have a swim bait, and yes, I'll still at times have a jerk bait. One of the ones that's been working good for me is the Berkley hit sticks. Now, if you look, you can see closely, I have got weight put on these because these love to rise. And what I'm doing is slowing that rise down right now. I don't want it to sit dead in place at the moment. Actually don't mind it rising some because we're moving these baits a lot faster right now with these water in the 50s. That will change as that water drops. We're going to want to tune this bait with these weights so it sits in place. So when we pull it down, these fish will be able to stare it down. And then all we do is give it a little move. And they'll come up and tick this bait and be ready. Those big girls love to just suck these baits in as that water gets colder. So, any questions on any of these? I have some other videos that go into nighttime sawguy bites and talks about all year and all through the season. So on my YouTube channel, or message me. Again, I'm Troy Becker, Fish Slim, and tight lines to everyone, and hope this helps you catch more sawguys right now.